Hello, welcome to the Well of Being. This is Melissa, intuitive healer, guide, and channel. So today I was just feeling drawn to bring in the Oracle decks to support us in this beautiful place and space we're in right now between the winter solstice and the Lunar New Year. So really it's just a wide open asking of what do we need to support us during this very powerful time where there's so many beautiful energies to receive. So take a look at these three lovely objects, the Proteus, the Foo Dog, and I don't even know what this is called, but it's like a honeycomb. See which one is resonating with you and our journey will begin. So first for the Proteus, and I did not mention, I'll be drawing upon 3 decks today. The Crystal Mandala deck by Alana Fairchild, the Wisdom of the Shadow deck, and the Pleiadian deck. And I'll have the details in the description on each of these decks. So first draw is from the Crystal Mandala deck. And the message, what will help us in this moment, supporting us to receive these beautiful energies? Empowered Service, Crystal Masters 333, Ascended Master Yogananda, and Rhodonite. From the Wisdom of the Shadow deck, Wisdom. And finally, from the Pleiadian deck today, we have Dream Time. All right, for those of you who were drawn to the Proteus, the light language wants to come through first. Sweet child of light, this is a particularly empowered and powerful time for you. This says dream time, but in truth, this is a time of awakening for you, dear child of light, awakening to a higher level of your purpose. What do we mean by awakening to a higher level of your purpose? It almost feels like you're coming alive within the life and the structures that you have created. Perhaps there is a job that you have been in that has felt like, why am I still in this job? Perhaps it is time to move on. Perhaps there are relationships that are feeling almost like they're out of energy, out of fuel. So in a way, it may feel like your life has felt like, it just feels like it's running on empty. But we are here to tell you that you are entering this phase of great awakening to what your purpose has been. Your purpose has been quite masked to you, this feeling of aliveness, or perhaps you have had maybe a slight awareness that you have been living in a state of like a cocoon, a chrysalis, or things have been veiled to you in a way, like an awareness that your potential is right there, but you can't quite tap into your potential, or again, your purpose, or the why, or the feeling of vibrancy and aliveness that you've been so craving. It is not that you have been without aliveness. It has been there almost in a way as if it's been hibernating and preparing for this right now moment, again, for the awakening. It is true that much of your life you have spent in almost a dreamlike state. Now this is quite literal, in that your dreams have almost felt like your life has been flipped, like you've been living in a state where your dreams are showing you a life and a possibility that you so have longed to be your daytime life. And also because it has felt like you've been a little bit asleep in life. But we are here to tell you that it's time to awaken, that your dreams are becoming your reality, and this time that you have spent in the dream state was very important, because it's been preparing you for what you are bringing into this life, into this reality. So this energy, this essence, this light that you are, that you've been preparing. So you see these beautiful sacred geometric light is a reflection of the light that is been held within you, that has been in a state of hibernation or sleep at some visible level. But this truly, child, again, these are all the same energetic representation of the sacred geometric light that has been within you, waiting to come into service. So this, dear child of light, this right here is the energy that you are blooming into, the purpose, the empowered service, the empowered service. Dear child, you have been held in this state, waiting for this right now moment. It's a place of alignment where your highest self has always known about this timing and space. And there are other levels of the self that have had many struggles with living in such a way where it has felt like you are asleep or veiled or cocoon, are not quite fully alive. But a lot of that resistance and a lot of that discomfort or even traumatic pain from living in such a way will simply dissolve as you open into the truth of why you've been held in that state. That you are a vessel of this beautiful, empowered service. You have been preparing for this moment when the truth of who you are can truly shine through, again, into the structure of your life, into the relationships that you do have. Will things change as you fully bloom into this next phase of your life and allow the energies to shift to the visible level? Yes, but we wish for you to understand that much of the purpose of what you have constructed in this life has been about bringing life into the structure that is. If you are hearing us and hearing this message, this is very important because you are an embodiment of this potential and this possibility on the planet. For all beings truly hold the structure and the possibility for infinite transformation and bliss to come into being. But many are at a different place on their developmental path where they are not able to step into it as you are able to right now, dear child of light, for this truly is your time. So in fact, the reality that you are blooming at this time into your empowered service, you are doing so as a service to Earth herself, as a service to all the beings on Earth herself, to bring into an activation phase the resonance and the invitation to wake up into this life, to draw aliveness into this life. The energy and the message that you have been creating is a portal of alignment that holds the space and the opening, almost like a birth canal, that will support these energies coming through with greater ease. So as you open into this for yourself, you are opening it for all those that reside on Earth and for Earth herself. You are a vessel of wisdom. And it is time for that wisdom to shine through in all aspects of your life. Alo, alo, alo. Wow, beautiful. Next up we have this Foo Dog. So, our first draw will be from the Crystal Mandala deck. And we have Relief and Repair, Crystal Masters 333, Ascended Master Mataji, or Mataji, and Crimson Cuprite. The next card from the Wisdom of the Shadow is, oh, we've seen this beauty before, Courage. And finally, from the Pleiadian deck, we have expansion, compassion. Wow. Okay. Yeah, definitely. If you're tuning into this offering, you should tune in, receive the activation from the Lemurians that came through yesterday. Definitely a message for you. Okay. Samba uroyatai e akaro o oro oi ai. You are a way shower. Ai ke okoro oi akaro okoro okoi. Your path has been challenging. Ai ke okoro yaka ai in this life, but for many lifetimes. Ai ke okoro yakai, and your journey has been about your deep self-healing. It has been a very solo journey for you. A very inward journey for you. And that was necessary. Akaro ukoro oi. At a conscious level, it felt like protective. Arokokoi. At a higher level, it has to do with your way showing. Ai e atai akai ke okoro oi. Holding the space, amplifying the archetype of the master, the self-healer, the healer that lies within, the way shower, the inner compass leading the way courageously. Ai ke okoro okoi ke ai. Uarai akara warai. God of your healing. More recently, you're opening into a very tender healing of your heart space. Again, so much of your personal journey and your healing journey has been so solo. But nonetheless, you have been a way shower in this less visible way. But what you are opening to, what you are expanding into as you heal your heart, is this place and space, this expansion into compassion. Compassion, and connection. The vibration that you are giving off now is coming from a place of, again, that archetype of having healed yourself. So resonating the the message, what I'm hearing is, you can do it. I did it, and you can do it too. It's playful, but it's really powerful, because the intensity that you have experienced is, there's not, even though others have had their own personal story that's evolved, there's a similar frequency, that an imprint that is here on Earth. And there are many who are feeling quite helpless and hopeless right now. So you resonating the message that you have healed yourself and that others can do it too. You know, you've heard of the ability to heal lineages. But this is a very expanded place of healing that's not only for your personal lineage, but very, like, for the planet Earth herself, was part of why you took this journey and why you're resonating that message into the healing grid of Earth herself, that this is possible, that it, not only is it possible, that you've done it and that you've been a way shower, and that your healing path has left an imprint in the crystalline grid of Earth that invites others to follow you. Like, you don't have to take the hard way. I've lit the way for you. Follow me on this way. Not that you are going to be, become a master teacher in a direct way. It's like you've left the yellow brick road, like you've left the guide, you've left the path for others so that they can take, you've tread the path in the woods. So it is easier for others who can follow you, but they're still finding their own way, because that truly is the message you're resonating. You're resonating the message that I did it and you can too. The healing gift is within you. So the expansion and compassion is this is a huge part, again, encouraging you to tune into the offering that came from the Lemurians yesterday, that the ascension of Earth connected to the ascension of the crystal and light body of our etheric heart is opening to a new level of compassion. And this path that you have paved is part of this expansion into compassion that we are all in. The concept of compassion, it's this beautiful space holding energy that brings in this light of inner knowing. It is the space that when we hold the space with compassion, so compassion could be the energy that is holding this path open. That's how infinite possibility can come in. That's how the wisdom can come in to support healing from anything at any level, because compassion can hold it all. Compassion can hold it all. It is alchemizing. It can hold it all. It is an expansion of the space of the healing possibilities. And you have done this for yourself. You've held yourself in compassion, allowing for the relief and repair of your personal experience and holding the way. The Foo Dog is like the guardian at the gate who isn't trying to keep people out. He's actually inviting in. He's inviting us in. Ta uaru ukoi ai e akaro uai. Ai aru arai ai akuru arai. Marahawa. Hello, 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 beautiful. Our final reading of the day comes with the Honeycomb. Drawing first from the Crystal Mandala, we have 2. So we will honor that 2 came out at once. Safe to be seen, coming from 444, Archangel Gabriel in turquoise, and nourishment, Angel Ista and Carnelian, 444. And from the Wisdom of the Shadow, we have self-embrace. And from the Pleiadian deck, we have dolphin play. Self-embrace. For you, dear child of light, this is a time of turning inward. Not for long, perhaps just for the extent of this time between the winter solstice in the Lunar New Year. But it is a time of being inward and really deeply nourishing yourself. Notice this structure. It feels like it's the being inside this cocoon of self-embrace. These two cards are very interconnected. They're similar colors. The energy that you are being held in is this healing energy that we could call red, carnelian, depending upon the angle, the frequency that is red. Let us open up to, we're hearing infrared. Infrared being a red that we cannot see with our visible eyes, but it is so warming and holds us closely, almost like a blanket when we feel that infrared energy. So this redness, this nourishment is being, not only that, but the infrared can penetrate more deeply. So it is not at the superficial level. This is a very deep level of nourishment. It does feel like an energy that comes from the outside in. And it is less about what we think of as creature comforts, although that is a piece of it, and more about the divine energies that are surrounding you right now and loving you. As you embrace yourself, they are embracing you, wrapping you, and nourishing you very deeply. Nourishment happening at a soul level. At a soul level. Cocooning you, because again, time frame, even less than a month, really. 3 to 6 weeks we're hearing, depending on, it could be that long, 3 to 6 weeks, depending on the individual. You'll be feeling all the shifts. Right now you are feeling that inward, but you'll begin to feel a shift where the inward will begin to want to open outward. The inward will begin to want to open outward, because truly the end for you of this beautiful time of turning inward is about an expression and a playfulness that you bring into the matrix of the ascended process of Earth, that is about you playfully sharing the light of who you are. So this journey of turning inward, it feels like you've had some recent hurts that have made you want to separate yourself from the true nature of who you are, which is very playful, which is very loving, which very much wants to open yourself to be seen. But there has been, again, some recent hurts that have felt very personal, that have made you want to turn inwards. So, dear child of light, some processes need to happen, like the conversion. If we were to think of this like a honeycomb, the process of transforming into honey happens in this very cavernous, dark space. So in order to tap into a deeper level of your sweetness, you did need to turn inward. So as uncomfortable as the hurts have been, part of the reason why you experienced hurt is because you hadn't fully allowed yourself to be solidly in the truth of who you are. You were triggered. You were triggered. And that's okay. That's part of the journey of being human, that we have these experiences where we are triggered, where we are activated. And it pushes us, if we are conscious, to look inside of ourselves, to draw inside of ourselves for an understanding. For you, dear child of light, you're encouraged not to overly focus on the external experience that drew you inward. The universe needed you to draw inward in order to deeply nourish you, to bring in this divine this divine wisdom, this divine light, these healing energies to deepen your connection to the truth of who you are. Because this next phase of your journey is about, you are going to be out there, you are going to be seen, and a way where it's not like you're vulnerable and you're not going to be feeling like at any point something might happen to you and you have to close back in again. It's a playfulness that's going to happen through compassionate connection, through playful compassionate connection. And it's the interaction with the truth of who you are, meaning you're so aligned with your highest self, with your divinity, with your connection to your divinity, that there's nothing that can really shake it. And if it does, you can hold it with compassion. So it doesn't trigger you, but perhaps you're able to shine a light back on that which triggered you, that person, that experience, and help to alchemize it and transform it. Safe to be seen, safe to connect, safe to play with these energies within your own life, within your own being, and with others. And it provides a further activation of this beautiful matrix here on Earth as we are ascending and expanding into a way of connecting with our divinity, with our highest selves, from this place of expansion and compassion, but very playful. That is the gift that you bring. So the invitation again has been to draw you inwards, to deepen you into the truth of the inner knowing of who you are, so that it's safe isn't even the word. So it's time to be seen. It's time to come into your full playfulness, your full beingness. To tap into, not just tap into the sweetness, but to be creating the sweetness everywhere you go, because you alchemize it through your beingness, through your alignment with your highest self and the truth of who you are. Beautiful messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, dear ones, I encourage you, if you were called to tune into this, you also need to receive the beautiful activation from the Lemurians and the message and the essence of that message, Dai Ekora Ukoya, was all about opening into compassion at a higher level, in the matrix of compassion. All right, blessings, blessings. Alo, alo, alo.